I'm at 8 kilometers now, and I'm using my watch. Usually I don't on long distance trails, but I've decided to do it for this time just because I'm not as sure about elevations, and it'll be interesting to track it, and I expect to be able to recharge my power banks a lot more often. Now this is interesting, but it's different vegetation. Haven't had this undergrowth so far, so once again more variety. And it's still been beautiful single track. I'll be stopping probably in about half an hour for lunch. Body's feeling alright, little tight in the hamstrings and little tight in the calves, which is pretty normal for me. So I've been stopping and stretching a lot, and I'm working hard to keep my pace easy, not rear off ahead like I naturally want to, as I'd like to ease my body into this trail. Got a long way to go. More rocks. Oh, a little bit slippery. Not too bad though. It's funny, you go from gorgeous manicured, or almost manicured paths to a little bit of rock scrambling and back again. It's cool. I've seen a lot of these in the movies. These little triangle, I think they call it gimpap. In New Zealand we would call it sushi, so it's nori, the seaweed with sushi rice and different fillings. I had my first one, a little spicy, but I'll get used to that. I will have to get someone to show me how to open them because I made a mess of it. I think they have plastic between the seaweed and the rice to keep the plastic crisp, but yeah, not as easy to open up, so I'll have to practice on that one. I had some corn chips, some lollies, some mango, and yeah, there's a nice break, ready to continue on and up that big hill I see. Found a nice place sheltered from the wind, have some lunch. Not much of a view, it's still pretty misty, but the sun started to break through for a little bit, but most definitely disappeared now. But still windy. The forecast was for winds to be picking up in the afternoon. Yep, it's definitely windy. The difference from being in that shelter where it was fine to getting up here is brrr. Getting close to putting my sleeves down. I checked the temperature and it was 14 degrees Celsius when I stopped for lunch. So it's warmed back up a little bit, but I think that wind chill is dropping it significantly. Woo! The trail's been pretty clean, but toilet paper all up there and rubbish on the ground at this particular intersection. Lots of flapping ribbons everywhere. Ribbons. And ribbons, but I see my ribbons, the two colours that way. You have to be careful which of your ribbons. Oh, and pine trees. Little baby pine trees. Oh, they're lovely. Look at that. Not sure if they're pine trees, they don't have pine needles. I'm not very good with names of trees or types of trees, but they're pretty trees anyway. I'm on the windy side of the ridge now, so sleeves are down. I just had first on trail magic. Just crossed the road, and they saw me walking, and then just as I was starting to walk off, they called me back and gave me a Snickers bar. It was very lovely of them, and said fighting, which is their sort of good luck, go hard, you can do it type thing. Oh, how lovely. And trail magic is any instance where something happens, which and it usually involves the trail angel, but when they give you something or let you stay somewhere, it's really big on the Pacific Crest Trail in the States. and also the other American trails, but I experienced it on the States with an established trail and lots of wonderful people who just want to get involved with the hikers, and they'll either offer food or accommodation. The most impressive one I had is a father and son drove 1,000 miles, not kilometres, miles, into the middle of nowhere on the stretch, which was the longest water carrier in the desert. And they set up some gazebos and a barbecue and had chili bins, cooler boxes absolutely full of nice cold drinks and lots of water. So very appreciated. So little things like that just make your day. So the fact that Korea, on the very first day, I am getting trail magic. Well done, Korea. You have beaten every other trail. It's a big group, around 20 people. They're just stopping to have a break. They're all resting, waiting for the last of the group to catch up. I don't understand a lot of Korean, but I'm picking up a few words. There's one I have to research, but I have to hear it to be able to figure out what it is. But a lot of it is welcome, nice to meet you. And I'm assuming one of the guys said, "Where are you going?" So I said Busan, and they all went woo. So I think I must have understood it right. But on the road sections, I'm planning on listening to some Korean language. I had good intentions of doing a lot of study before I came, but I think after working on the renovation, I was just too tired every day, and the overlanding was a bit busy. So I'll have to put in a bit more effort while I'm here. I did learn the alphabet, so I can sound out a lot of the words. I just don't know what they mean. The other thing also, like all language learning, is they've got their different accents here and speak a lot quicker than what the training did. Alright, leaving the road to Dungsulam. Only 300 metres, wow. And I'm assuming it's that way. Where's my ribbon? Oh yeah. I think the ribbons for my trail are always a little bit further away from the other ones. I'll still need to double check. No, that's not my ribbon. That's my ribbon there. Let me go that way. It's definitely pointing that way. So I'm guessing it's that way. No, I don't believe that it's actually down that way. That just doesn't seem right. So I am going to follow where all the other ribbons are. I'm pretty sure it's this way. Yep, that was the right call, because there is the blue and yellow ribbon. So, climb a bit. However, that big 400 metre hill, we went around it, not up it, which is quite pleasant. At 11k now, starting to feel a little bit tired, but not too bad so far. More signposts. Right, where are we going? What is this? Let's mangle some more Korean. I'm sorry, Koreans, for hearing me mangle it. Dalma go do ihang sa. All right. This way? Yes, this way. There's a ribbon in the tree. Back on single tracks is lovely. That road walk, that was only about 300 metres, so not too bad. Well, I'm not going up the big hill, there's still a bit of climbing. A bit of a rock staircase here. Saw the last stragglers of that other group, another 4 people. Some nice blossoms for this tree here. I don't know what type of tree it is. Alright, keep climbing the staircase. This is a really pretty section. I don't know why in particular this, but it's got the rocks, the trees, the lovely trail. So a few more ladies. It's quite a popular, I think it's a walking group. But yeah, nice to see so many people out hiking. I know Koreans are very keen on hiking, so it's no wonder the trails are so beautiful. And a whole lot more of them as well. All in ribbons. I'm not sure if it's a hiking group or there's something special, but yeah. It's a cool little tunnel. And I'm over the saddle, going all the way around that big hill. And probably only a K to get to the end of this course, this little section. Not that I'm stopping there, but it will be a nice little immediate milestone. I had a guy actually overtook me while I stopped. I was trying to translate what a lady was saying to me, but fortunately I didn't quite get it right, and Google Translate doesn't understand what I'm trying to say. So I'll have to ask someone when I find someone that speaks good English. This part of the trail seems quite popular. Every couple of minutes there's more people. Most are coming towards me. That guy is the only one going in the same direction as me. Wow, must have been a big rock slide at some stage. That means I get a view down the other side of the valley, which is pretty cool. And the trail is pretty fun to be on as well, on the rocks. Trail magic number 2. Those two guys that were sitting in the distance on the rock slide, I went past once, offered me to try it was a plum, but it really didn't taste of plum. It's been processed in some manner. I'm not sure how to describe the taste at all. It was alright, but I wouldn't buy it for myself. It's nice to try all these new things, and guys are lovely. Had a very quick chat. Yeah, I really need to work on my Korean so I can say more than a couple of things. Yeah, everyone's been really friendly. Just some labels to tell me what the trees are. Should I mangle some more Korean? Train's changing again. It's almost jungle-like in here with a few vines. It looks like we're going back out into the open for a bit. Yeah, loving the variety. It's been good. Definitely an interesting day. Woohoo! Oh, water. Look at that. That looks like real mountains up there. Rocky. That junction, there's no markers anywhere. This guy came past and told me, yep, it's this way. Interesting. I was about to get the map out. I didn't want to do that. I've only done it once at the observatory. Some serious construction going on down here. Unfortunately, I think I'm done for beautiful trails for a little while. Thankfully, very quickly after that video, I saw a ribbon off to the side and we're off the trail. So we're still paralleling the road, but hopefully we're taking the trail instead of the road. But yeah, dropping down quite a bit now. Little bridge. Little ribbons. Almost remind me of Nepalese prayer flags. Very colourful. Right. Where are the next ones? I'm guessing down the hill. I still recognise that same word, so I'm going to head down. However, just as about to move, I spot some flags over here. So this way. Funny thing, tree, is it tree in a well or is it built to protect the tree? Alright, gorgeous temple. Hey. So I am at the end of the first section, which is section 90. So you can see that's what I've covered today. I say I am at 15 kilometres. So right, on to section 89, but this is gorgeous. Oh, mountains up above as well. Lots of people resting. It's the whole monastery. Absolutely gorgeous. trails a bit wider, a bit nice. I think there's a lot of traffic that goes up to the monastery. So I am now on course 89, and this is a similar length, another 13 and a bit kilometres. So we'll see what my GPS watch says. I stopped for afternoon tea, had another triangle gimp up and some corn sticks. Those corn sticks are really nice. Excuse the hiccups. The triangle gimp up was a little spicy. It's my reaction to spice. The next course does have an estimate of 5 hours because it's a lot flatter and easier trails, and that's 13.8 or 0.9 kilometres. So I'm not going to finish the whole thing. I was thinking I'd be doing around 20 kilometres, so at around the 20 kilometre mark I'll start looking for a tent site somewhere. And I also need to fill up with water. Oh boy, I've really got the hiccups. Alright, I see our ribbons heading up this way. Oh, beautiful rocky hill up above. The road was only sealed for about 40 metres and now on gravel. Rock slides up there. Oh, still hiccuping. That gimp up didn't seem spicy when I ate it, but my reaction is for spices. These are quite cool. The road switched back to sealed, and that's because it's quite a steep downhill from here. Ooh, there's the flats down there. That's what I'm making my way down to slowly. Yeah, some information. I'm assuming about the mountain. That's actually talking about the history of the place. Not much to do with the mountain. Right, let's keep going down the hill. Oh, hey, I see some water. It's flowing. It looks clear. I am going to filter it though. And water is refilled, so that gives me good flexibility now. One of the key things for the campsite for tonight, apart from relatively flat, which won't be easy, but out of the wind as well, just to make it a bit more comfortable. Panorama time. That's where I've come from, and swinging around down the valley, and I'm following this road along, and I've just come in over the brow of the hill, so that'll keep me sheltered from the wind, which would be nice, and back to some beautiful sea views. So just switched back to the concrete, have been on the dirt road, now that I am going downhill. I just about stood on it. It's a frog. I've been walking downhill for so long, I've completely cooled down. It's still 13 degrees Celsius, but pretty windy still, even though I'm on the sheltered side. So got my wind jacket on now. Main trail doesn't seem like it's going to get anywhere flat, so I followed a little side trail and have found this little spot in here, which is relatively flat and relatively sheltered. Doesn't look like a lot of deadfall, so the trees are pretty robust. So I'm going to set my tent up there. And what I do is I just put my poles down just to give me a visual reference for where I think I'll be able to put the tent without damaging vegetation and making sure I fit. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to fit in there. And here is my tent for the night. It was actually quite hard trying to find a spot because a lot of these little things stick up and they are all over the ground. I don't want to pull them out, and I can handle it if it's soft, but these are actually really hard and quite sharp. So I've ended up hard up against this tree, but that's alright, gives me shelter. And it is windy, but the tent seems to be sitting there quite nicely. So yeah, here we go. One times tent. I'm glad I only put half the chili packet in there. Well, not chili packet, flavour packet. I didn't have any added chili. That is very spicy. It is going to take me a while to get used to being able to handle the different spices. I mean, hopefully I'll get it. When I went to Thailand, I managed to, by the end of it, be able to eat hot food. I noticed the packets are also a lot bigger than in New Zealand, so I've already been eating that for a while. Way too much for me. But anyway, beautiful view. However, the temperature is plummeting. It's 4:45 and the temperature has just dropped to 8. It was 12 when I arrived, so I'll try out my new sleeping bag.